Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin. I am pastor, author, entrepreneur who has dedicated my life to helping you live better, love better, and
be better.
I am joined again with my amazing, funny, interesting wife.
I'm interesting today.
She's interesting today, y'all. Tarsha, who is
anyhow.
Oh, I love you. I remind myself of that daily too.
Whatever.
All right, so we are doing one of our favorite shows, Recap Reaction. We're at the end.
I know, right?
We're at the end. We thank you all for rocking with us. Listen, if you like this content and other things that we've got on this channel, definitely make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, smash notifications, hit the like button, all of those fun things. In fact, just hit every button you can, except that dislike button. We don't like that one. All right, but we appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us for this journey, but we are at the end of Ready to Love.
Right.
So we kind of pick up from last week where Denise and her high school games just didn't work.
It didn't work out.
They didn't flow.
She ended up breaking up with everybody.
Well, yeah.
Or they broke up with her.
No, she broke up with everybody, and everybody was like, I didn't know we were together. So, yeah, her whole things went left, right?
Yes.
So we start off the episode with Adriana and Rashid having a little conversation, and because this episode we're supposed to see the family, so the family's supposed to come,
sure,
so everybody can kind of
make those last decisions,
what have you. And Adriana says her father is a therapist and a pastor.
Yep. He got it all. He got dual.
Hey, so he hitting with the questions from the I'm gonna mess with your mind and see where your spirit at too.
Right.
So Rashid is also having the conversation with Adriana. Is like, hey, where are we at?
Right. He's always checking in. He's like, look, I don't be chasing no checks.
Yeah.
Either recording, but we don't do no chasing.
Right. And Adriana makes a statement that she feels that Rashid is pulling away.
Right. Well, it makes sense, right? You telling me you don't know if you feeling me or not.
Right. So yeah, it's not a matter of, I think Rashid was pulling away as much as she was not pulling him in.
Correct. I think that was a good point. You know, I think he was trying to be really honest and how he felt, and he felt really, drawn to her. Right. But didn't seem to be reciprocating.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll get into that a little bit because there's more that happens with them. So the first family visit that we see is Winter's sister.
Right, she comes. She meets Anthony. I had some questions for him, just trying to fill him out where he is in life and where he sees himself. Right. So he's been invited to the cookout. It's official.
He come to the picnic. Right. He come to the cookout.
He come to the cookout.
So it again, we really see that connection. Anthony makes a comment again. The question comes up: have you ever been in love? Right. And Anthony again. So at least he's consistent.
Turns out when his sister comes, she shares that she feels that her brother is very honest. Right. And that he's forthcoming in how he feels, and if he ain't feeling you, he ain't feeling you. If he is, he is. But how she puts it is like, he wasn't mature at the time, and he wasn't being serious about ladies because other things was his priority. Right. And so for the sister of Anthony to feel different about how he talks about Winter, she's seeing something else. Right. And she's sharing that with Winter. Yeah. And it feel like even the sister like, oh, okay, I can see her being your girlfriend, and we can be cool together as well. So I think that it might be a good fit.
And that's always, I think that your family knows you best, right? Yes. So especially if you're close with a brother or sister, whomever it may be, having that person's input and weigh in on the relationship and what their interactions are. Yeah. And so Winter makes she basically says no more emotionally unavailable men for her. Right. And so Anthony has he's recognized that previously he wasn't emotionally available because he was dedicated to football, right?
Right. That's what he was saying, and that once he's in and he's committed, he said all the romance and all the everything gonna be coming out, like be a different side of Anthony. I was like, okay, Anthony, show it all. Okay. But he was keeping it reserved. He did say he got to a certain point and then he would back up. Right. And so he had the self-awareness. He's letting Winter know that. Winter's seeing that. Winter's like, I think I can see myself falling for him.
Right.
And so she's always still at that. She's like, even at the last minute, she's like, we got to meet back up. I hope he even shows up.
Right.
You know, because she just doesn't know.
Right. Right. And then on the other side, because now we're down to 5 people, right? So just to recap, we got Winter and Anthony, but then we got the Khalfani, Adriana, Rashid triangle situation going on.
Right.
So Khalfani's parents meet Adriana.
Correct. So he has both of his parents there, and they're eating dinner, you know, out on the lake, and they're asking questions and stuff. And she says she's nervous, but the parents doesn't feel the same to see that she was nervous.
Right.
And it worked out really well, right? The parents was feeling her, and you know, saying they hang out every Sunday after church, and she was like, I'm really feeling that. I want to be, you know, a place where I can hang out with family.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So, but then Rashid, his family, in the person of his sister, he doesn't bring her down.
No, he was like, I normally don't bring someone meet my family until I know there's a commitment between me and that other person. Right. And so since Adriana's not giving him the full green light, he's like, I ain't bring no family to meet you, girl. Right. Because what I'm about to do is back out before you tell me to back out.
Right.
So
yeah, and so for us, I know my mom always points out that she really didn't meet any of the ones that I dated until you. Right. She knew who they were. Right. But until I really was like, this is the one. Right. And so I respect Rashid for like, look, I need to check this out and see, because that just, to me, in some respect, that cheapens it. Right. But now in this situation, I get it.
Yeah, it's different because he's trying to make a decision.
Right. But it's how he wants to do it.
Because he comes to her again and she's like, well, who do you want? Because I'll bow out. Right. You know, like, I'm the bigger man, I'll just leave. And she's like, no, stay. I do want you to meet my father. She was kind of really wanting her father to help her make the decision.
She let daddy make the decision. We'll get to that in a moment. Because Rashid makes a statement also. He's like, look, when I moved from a position of courting to chasing, he's like, that's not what I'm here for. If we're courting, there's a mutual interest, what have you. Right. But now I've got to chase you. And so he is actually about to step away and be like, he's got his hat on. He's like, look, you know, he's about to bow out. She asks him to stay, meets the dad. So we see both sides of the date, or not date, but the meeting with dad. The interactions with dad. Yeah. And dad hits some questions.
Oh, he has some good questions. Like, these must be dad, you know, meet my daughter questions. He might be coming out with a book. Right. You know, because he really gets to their humanity. He asks them what makes them human. Yes. You know, he asks them about scriptures. You know, he asks what happens when you have circumstances in your life. What do you do to manage circumstances? Which are all good questions. Excellent. You know, because he wants to see because life is going to happen. Right. How are you going to respond to it? You know, what's your character like? So those are different ways to really see who that person is that's, you know, dating your daughter. So we go to commercial break. They had, let me know, but they seem like to have a commercial like every 3 minutes on this episode. It was only a 20-minute take.
Yeah, it was
of the show.
Yeah, because even this video is not going to be long, but just they just had commercial after commercial after commercial.
I'm not watching that show for the commercial they were giving. But
basically, after we see that there's, you know, Rashid and Adriana have a sit down. Yeah. And she's got this look on her face.
She like someone stole her dog. Yeah, I mean, like okay, just get to her. Right. It's not me. Just let me out. And so she says like, pretty much, I'm not into you as much as you're into me, or attracted to you, however you want to put it. So she was letting him down. And she's like, I'm so sad. And he's like,
Rashid goes
like, it's all good. Like, you know, do you, girl? You know, I want you to be happy. Right. You're not feeling me. I felt you, but I'm gonna move on because there is someone for me. Right. But he's always been mature. He's been saying that to her in the beginning. he probably in his head, you should have just told me that. You know, if your dad didn't really gonna feel me like that, I could have left with that first flight.
Right.
You know,
I ain't have to catch the red eye.
Right, I had to catch the red eye. I got wait in the morning. So I think for him, again, he was just like, I knew you weren't feeling me, and he had a gut feeling when he was talking to his sister about that. His sister
said, "You need to go with your gut feeling.
Go with your gut, man."
Because he even asked his sisters, "Like, do you want to at least do a Skype?" And she was like, "Nah,
I'm good. I watched the whole.
Yeah, I'll watch you when it
all
comes
the
on.
episode. I'll meet her then."
But the interesting thing, and we talked about this, was. When Khalfani and the dad were talking, Khalfani gets out of the rest of the conversation by this magical meeting that he has.
I got a meeting.
It's like, I got a meeting, so I got to, what meeting do you have when you're at a resort to just film a TV show?
I was like, what's he talking about? And then she mentions it like, he did mention it. He had to get at me. Well, he was nervous. Instead of saying, you know what, I'm just going to excuse myself. Let y'all guys have some time. It's like, okay, so when things get tough, you're going to have a meeting.
You're going to start having meetings?
Right. I thought that was hilarious because no matter what age you are, you still want to impress the people's family. You want to feel like, hey, I like your, this person. I want to impress you as well. So I thought that was cute.
Yeah. All right. So basically we are left then. So after Adriana gives Rashid the boot.
Yep.
In a nice way.
In a nice way.
She is all in for Khalfani.
Yep.
And Anthony is all in for Winter and vice versa.
Yep.
So I mean, it's
got two couples on the.
They try to play up the suspense, but to me it was just like, you know what? I don't see them not showing up for each other. So Anthony comes around the corner for Winter, and she asks him the question, "You ready to love?
Are you ready to love me?"
Yeah. And Anthony's like, "Yeah, I am." He's ready. So phenomenal for them.
Sounds good.
Yep. And then Khalfani is waiting for Adriana.
Yes.
And I don't know if y'all saw this, but Khalfani he does the turn and smile, and it was supposed to be dramatic, like he turned around and sees her and smiles, but he started his smile like at the beginning of his turn. So it's just like, look, we know you got some direction on that, right?
Right.
So they go off in the boat, the two couples.
Yeah.
But then we see the trailer for the reunion.
Yeah.
So, let us know your thoughts. Let us know if the couples that you thought, because if we're honest, both couples kind of came out of nowhere.
Oh yeah,
they weren't early runners. They weren't the couples at the beginning. You thought
was going to be together. Right. Makes sense.
So the Rashid and Adriana and Khalfani kind of just like, okay.
Because you just never know who's gonna sneak up. Right. Because you gotta stay cool to the end. Right. And my girl Denise could not stay cool to the end.
She could not. So,
so
let us know what your thoughts are, what your predictions are for the reunion.
Yeah.
It looks like Rashid and Denise have a little conversation about him being called narcissist.
Yes.
There's the question of who's pregnant.
Yes.
And they cut it so it's like Joy, but I think that question's for Alicia.
Right, exactly.
And then David seems to be making a comment to someone, and it looks like Alex.
Yes, it looked like Alex to me.
Again, something that was like, maybe we didn't see everything.
Well, because again, they said they were going on multiple dates,
right?
And so they were only cutting certain dates into the episode, right? So you never know. Maybe it was just too soon.
Yeah. And the question is, will Shay actually come out of the production booth? Because, y'all know Shay wasn't really there for love. Shay was just there to
get the drinks.
So let's see if she comes out from behind the bar. All right? Let us know your comments. Let us know your thoughts, what you're thinking. And we'll see you next time. Again, hit that subscribe button. Have a good one. Be blessed. We'll see you next time.